watching Good Morning Four States with Alan Matthews and Shannon Bruffett. This is Action 12 News.
And welcome back to Good Morning Four States on this Friday morning. Jonathan Scales with us from Adviant, Inc. And we're going to be talking about money this morning. Of course, a lot of times with the way the economy is, people, you hear these tips on saving money, but people don't realize you can actually save some money with your own paycheck.
That's right. That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about some ways that people can actually get the most out of their paycheck.
Well, if you're like me, I like free things.
Exactly.
And I like to get things at a discount as well. So if you look at your paycheck, and when I think about paychecks, I think about employers. And if you look at your employer, there are many things that employees get through their employer that they may not know they can get for free, for example. One thing that came up recently with healthcare reform, and we hear all the news about healthcare reform, but personally for us, it actually affects us personally. Now, in 2011, for most people, you can go and get preventive services for free. So you can get a colonoscopy, a well child visit, an adult physical, a mammogram, pap smear. Those types of services that are considered preventive are now free. There's no copay, there's no deductible. It's fully paid for. And
it's kind of funny because we were kind of joking about that these may not sound like exciting things, but these are health benefits that you should be taking advantage of.
Most definitely, most definitely.
Of course, now that's just one of the things. Some of the other things we want to talk about is employee benefits.
Yep. Many companies provide employee benefits, for example, health benefits.
Right.
My company, I have health benefits through Blue Cross. Through Blue Cross and Blue Shield and other employers that have insurance through other companies, other carriers. Many times you can go to those providers and get discounts on things like Jenny Craig. You can get vision discounts. You can get discounts on dental services, discounts at local establishments. Even through Blue Cross and Blue Shield, I found out the other day that I can get points for doing things that are healthy. And I can redeem those points for things like a free book that I could get online or a barbecue grill.
Okay, so again, one of those things that you want to check with your employer with.
Yes.
And of course, 401k is another one because some companies do match, maybe not all of it, but a certain percentage of your contribution.
That's right. 401k plan is a retirement plan that is offered through an employer. And many employers provide a match. So in other words, if you put in money into your 401k plan, the employer will put in a matching contribution. So if you're not putting in and your employer offers a match, if you're not putting in money in your 401k plan and you're not getting that match, you're basically just throwing away free money.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely take advantage of that. And of course, we're also into tax season. And a lot of times people get excited, oh, I'm getting a tax refund, it's going to be a huge refund. Not maybe the best thing for you.
No. When you get a tax refund, what that means is the IRS, the government, has had your money, that money that you're getting back all year long. But basically, it's a free loan to the government. So now that we're filing taxes and you see that you're getting a tax refund, it's a good trigger to think about, well, I need to fill out a new W-4 to adjust my withholding. The W-4 form is the form you provide to your employer that says how much income tax you want withheld from your paycheck. So it's a good idea now if you get a refund to maybe consider changing your W-4 so you don't have as much withheld so you don't get a refund.
And of course another thing, and I don't know if people notice this with the Social Security tax, because your paycheck may have bumped up a few dollars here over the last month or so, a couple months.
Another law that was signed into law last year by President Obama was to change the Social Security tax withholding amount. It used to be 6.2%, but for 2011 it's changed to 4.2%. So it's not a ton, but it's a little bit more money in our paychecks. And it's something, the Social Security tax that we paid already, we were used to paying. So this reduction in Social Security, maybe not go to the mall and spend all your extra money from your reduced Social Security tax, but maybe think about putting that into a savings plan for maybe a rainy day, an emergency fund, or use that to pay down some debt. Maybe make an extra mortgage payment. What's interesting, if you make an extra mortgage payment, that extra payment goes directly toward the principal of the loan, which means you can actually take years off your mortgage. And I do that. I make an extra payment every so often, and I've taken years off of my mortgage.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and we talk about that. The people, when they get their refunds or they see a difference in their paycheck, they get excited. They want to go out and immediately spend the money. But then when we find ourselves in a situation like this, you kind of wish you'd had some money socked away.
Yeah. Think for the future. Use some of those refunds wisely now. Use those to maybe pay down some debt. Use those to put into your retirement plan if you can. For IRA plans, you can make a deduction on your tax return this year all the way up until April 15th when you file your return. If you make your contribution to your IRA up to April 15th, or your extension, if you extend your return, then you can deduct that on your 2010 taxes.
And of course, there's also the 529 college savings plan too.
Yep. If you have that refund coming back, hey, set up a retirement or a savings plan for your children for college. A 529 plan is a plan that you can put money in to save for college education, and that money is never taxed. When you pull that money out to pay for education, it's not taxed. It's basically tax-free money that you can use to pay for your children's education.
So again, you know, we're talking about saving money, so many just simple things you can do, maybe just a little bit of paperwork, and boom, you know, you could save yourself some money down the road, or have some money down the road. I think it's what's a little bit more important.
Very true. A little bit of knowledge goes a long way.
Okay. Well, Jonathan, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Of course, all the tips that we showed you here, we'll make sure we post those online at 4stateshomepage.com. Quick check of your weather forecast is coming up next.